Hello and welcome to the Driven Female Entrepreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Melitta Campbell, founder of the Dream Client Blueprint and Value Whisperer. And on last week's show, I shared with you my biggest lessons from 15 years of running my business. I split that wisdom over 2 different episodes. And amongst other things, I encouraged you to trust your own instincts, learn what your values are, what feels right to you, and learn to lean in and trust that gut feeling that we all have. I encouraged you to give yourself the space and the grace to create great things and to be compassionate towards yourself when things don't turn out according to plan or take longer than expected, because they rarely go according to plan and they always take longer. And it's so important that we are compassionate towards ourselves and learn the lesson, and again give ourselves that space and grace to really create something special, create value in our own time, and not put ourselves under pressure to conform to what anyone else expects of us or what we think anyone else expects of us. And then as I'm working on the rebrand towards Value Whispering, I realized I was doing everything that I was advising you not to do. I was putting myself under pressure to get everything done and out there as quickly as I could, which meant that it was eating into my Christmas, it was eating into New Year, and in between I have my daughter's 16th birthday, and it was distracting me from having that family time that's so important for me, especially at this time of year, and doing things like going to the cinema and going skiing with my kids while they still want to do these things with us. So in this week's episode, it's a very short and sweet one, but just to say there isn't the promised episode. And I hope you understand the reasons why I've decided I should give myself that space and grace to create something that I feel really proud of, because this next piece of content is going to be explaining what Value Whispering is all about. And I want that to be as clear and valuable for you as possible. And this could well be my cornerstone piece of content going forward as I pivot my business and invite people to come and listen to that explanation and to take a training that I've almost finished, I'm putting together for you, that's going to explain a little bit more about how you can begin Value Whispering, why it's the missing piece for most small businesses, particularly those with a service business who are feeling overwhelmed and like they're forcing themselves to do their marketing and to be promoting their business. And I think a lot of us feel that way, that we're doing all the right things and nothing's quite coming together. So we end up doing more of those things. And we know we should be doing something different, but we don't know what that different is. Value Whispering is going to explain why this isn't working and what the simple thing is that most people are missing. And I'm really excited to explain all of that, to offer you this training and putting together a little quick assessment so you can see how loud is your whisper, what is it that you're missing, where can you start with this to have the biggest impact. And all of that takes time. So I would love to be sharing this with you next week. It may be the week after, let's see, but that's what I'm working towards. So hopefully you understand why this is such a short and sweet episode, but also to encourage you to go back, listen to those lessons and listen to the lessons that you keep learning. A colleague earlier this year asked a brilliant question. What are the lessons that you keep learning? And there are always lessons that we keep coming back to, we keep learning, we keep building upon. And so take some time, reflect on what are those lessons for you? What are the lessons that you keep learning? And what does that mean for you going forward into the new year? What can you start to do differently? What can you elevate and simplify to make it much more easy for you to achieve your goals? Listen to those last 2 episodes I put out last week, because it will help shortcut that process, giving you the wisdom that I've learned over the last 15 years of running my business and the biggest lessons that my guests on this show have shared as well. There are certain lessons that I've learned that they've all said, yes, this was the big lesson for us as well. So you can shortcut that process a little bit, go and learn from that. And if you were starting to plan for 2024 for your business, then do go back and listen to the Planisodes. If you go to the podcast page on my website, that's melittacampbell.com/podcast, I have put the Planisodes there as a featured episode, and all of the episodes are on one page. There's 8 mini episodes that will guide you step by step as you plan your business. There's a little tool you can download there for free as well to help you plan your business, but also track your progress throughout the year as well. So do go and grab that, listen to those last 2 episodes, and I will be back here very soon, hopefully next week, maybe the week after, to introduce you to value whispering and why this is going to be the refocus for the podcast and all of my content going forward into the new year. And I really hope you'll join me for that journey. It's going to be a progressive one. We're going to learn one thing, move on to the next thing. So you will definitely learn and grow through the podcast and everything I share and my guests share next year. So I'm really looking forward to diving into that. And so all that's left for me to do is to wish you a magical 2024, and I'm excited to be here with you on that journey. Bye.